So I need to put a rocket into space. Luckily for me, I've had lots of experience with just this sort of thing. There's the shaft. Then we're going to give it a pink nose cone and some kind of booster. In fact, we're going to fit 2 on there because more thrust is always better, am I right? And that's as complex as I can build right now. But I think it's perfect. Whether or not it actually goes anywhere, we are yet to find out. We're going to go ahead and launch it in the middle of a sketchy alleyway, and we just killed someone's dog. So can we just spam people now? Okay, our rocket got 34 meters up. Actually reached a speed of 110 kilometers an hour, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now I get to upload my beautiful video and see how well it does. We're going with extra boost. And apparently we're pretty popular for what we've done. 5 subs, 586 views. I want to build more rockets. Okay, so now our complexity goes up to 13, so we can add even more stuff on our amazing rocket. I think we had a pretty good design before. We're just missing some fins. And then we're going to see how many boosters we can put on now. Looks like we're only going to get 2 again, but 2 is more than enough for now. But also, let's make it a little bit longer.
What?
Because I feel like longer is also often better.
But you can't do this to me.
That probably makes it heavier, but that's beautiful. We're going to go ahead and build that and send it into space. I think it's going to work great. Oh, might be a bit tall. Launch! Okay, that was a fun idea, but let's go ahead and I think that deletes it and maybe put a nose cone back on and back to space we go. Something still seems wrong about this. It doesn't like the balance on nose, I think, with the extra those things. So we'll go ahead and launch this and back to the drawing board. Maybe if I move the engine's propulsion up just a little bit higher. That already looks a lot more stable on launch. At least it's going to go upwards, at least to start. We'll go ahead and launch, and that actually went a lot better than I thought it would. We hit 57 meters this time at 110 kilometers an hour. And look at that, our channel is going somewhere. I want to build more rockets. My challenge now is to reach 1 kilometer up. So I think we basically do what we just did. We just add more thrust to it. So we'll put you on there. I don't know if it matters if they're centered. I guess we'll probably find out the hard way. We'll go ahead and put a nose cone up top because that probably helps. I don't know if putting a thruster in the middle of the shaft is going to help at all, but we don't know until we try. I assume it's on nowhere. It just went nowhere, and that's fine. Let's just see what this happens to do. At least we're in a safer environment. Are we going to hit 1 kilometer? It's hard to say from here. We went about 90 meters, which is not a kilometer. Not even a tenth of the way there yet. And then my rocket blew up. Surely this will make the difference. Stability is okay. Our thrust is 13.5. Long story short, I don't really know what any of that means. But it's balancing to start, so that's a good thing. We're going to go a little bit higher, I think. Nope, we still only went about 90 meters. But we'll give the good people a new video so I can make some more money to buy a better rocket. And we found an uncommon tag for doing what we did. The thumbnail is just absolutely beautiful. We got enough subs to rank up. We're now iron rank, whatever that means, but I think that's going to unlock us the new parts we need. Yep, great video. Can you maybe build something with my teddy bear? I want to see him fly. I sure can, kid. Hope you're not expecting him back. This isn't even a challenge. Include the teddy bear and launch the rocket. So okay, this basically challenge completed. No problem at all. And it's a work of art. It's gonna go far. Ready and go. Hey, that actually went better than I thought. Oh, well, I guess the kid will get his bear back after all. But after doing this, I achieved several rare tags, probably because I used a bear. So we're going to use the adult tag, I guess, and playtime. It's adult playtime. Since we have the tags, we're just going to go with Space Teddy Adult Playtime because it pretty much makes itself, and that's pretty good thumbnail. Off we go. I just got 84 subs for launching a bear 50 feet up into the air. And I regret nothing. Now he's giving me his sister's doll. That's fine. If people want to donate me stuff, I'll send it into space. Whatever they want. Okay, I've got 2 new challenges. One is to launch the baby doll thing into space, and the other is to reach 50 meters but stay below 100. And our complexity is up to 19. So I think I could probably get this over 50 meters. We'll just put a little cone on top, and then we'll put some fins on the bottom. That way it's aerodynamic. And then we have enough room for a few boosters, so we'll put those there and there. Maybe also one more down there for good measure. And we'll see if this can get into space or not. Not sure if it's going to balance, but that's a thing of beauty. It's falling over right away. Might have to take off those fins on the bottom. Not the fins, whatever this thing is called. What if I put it there? Will it let me do that? I guess it doesn't really let me do that. Like I stuck it on there, but there's nothing on the doll's stomach. But we'll go ahead and launch this, and that actually went better than I thought. I suspect the tags are the only thing that matters, so pink power boost. And the girl whose doll it is pretty mad about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore her. Now I have unlocked toilet paper rolls. They're much lighter than the usual rocket body, so if I go like that, I think I could probably get the height I need by putting a cone on top. Then if I put that there and then a booster on either side, that might be just what we need to get to whatever it is we're aiming for. So we're getting about 1 thrust per 10 grams of weight. But if I add another section of toilet paper roll, I get considerably better. Whether or not this is gonna fly, I don't really know yet, but we're certainly going to try. We gotta stay below 100 but above 50. Go! And oh, we went over 100. We went to 120 by accident. We accidentally launched our rocket too high. We're just too good. We're still going to give the good people this video Mega Boost Improviser. So I think maybe my first idea was correct to use less thrust. So I think as simple as that should probably hit our numbers. I mean, it looks closer to a sex toy than something that's going to go into space, but we'll see what it actually ends up doing. You never know once you launch your rocket what exactly is going to happen. Hit about 60 meters, so we achieved our goal. And apparently because we hit 69 meters as the top altitude, we now have censored, which is an epic tag. So maybe we'll do censored hot dog. That's got to be a strong combination, and we'll see what the people think of that. We hit 10,000 views on our video, and we reached a new rank. Bronze. Our next challenge is to go over 100 and 150. Plus I also got some cherry bombs, so those are going to explode the rocket once they hit altitude. I wonder if I could do both challenges at once, because I think I maybe could as long as it will let me. Well, we don't have the room for now anyway, and that's fine because we'll complete this first challenge and we'll beat it real good. At least I'm pretty sure we will. The last one we did for this hit 120 meters, which is about perfect. Yeah, it's coming back down now. Double barrel toilet roll. This video didn't do as well, but that's okay because I get new parts. These new boosters are way heavier, 160 grams. Wow, they're huge. This is gonna be fun. They also seem like they're really big. Like, basically, I'm already out of parts, so we're kind of gonna go like that, and that's our rocket. This one's really all just about horsepower, basically. It's gonna go up, or it's going to go somewhere in a hurry. So off it goes. Yeah, that's getting some altitude. It's still going up. Hey, we broke 208 meters. So we'll get to 1,000 eventually. Is it coming back down yet? Oh, yep, there it is. The tags are cheetah tail. Oh, I didn't realize I could be using 3 of these. Pink, double barrel, lightweight. Really boring use of tags. 474 views. You know what? I'm an artist. I'm all about the rocket, not the views. And since I still need to do my cherry bomb challenge, I'm not sure if these actually add any thrust or if they just explode. I'm thinking they just explode, so I'm gonna go ahead and basically just make an explosion. The perfect, ignited cherry bomb above a height of 25 meters. Never mind. Had to make a few improvisations, but that should work. There's a cherry bomb up top, and there's one actually stuck directly in the middle. That probably won't mess with things too bad. Whoop, off it goes. And it exploded. Were we above 25 meters? We definitely were not. We went to a peak of 18. So I've moved the cherry bombs both lower so the aerodynamics are a little better. Not sure what's going on there. Not sure I care. We hit not quite high enough yet. This one's a little bit harder than I thought it would be. So we're going to attach that basically wherever we can that's not there or there. And that's going to look something like that. Aerodynamically, it's perfect. So it should hit over 25 meters before exploding. Yep, we're way up to almost 100 meters, and we basically made a very illegal firework. So this time, let's go Mega Boost Explosion Bango. And that got 8,000 views, so we should make some money and get some new parts. I also have a challenge to shoot a rocket through a window, and I think I could probably make that work. We can use a funnel for our, top, and then the body's gonna be something like that. Then we'll go ahead and stick on some boosters, and I think we're ready for takeoff. Not entirely sure where we are. I guess that's the window we're trying to go through. So if we launch here, we hit the roof. It's not going out the window though, so we need to aim it to the left. I wonder if we could just kind of go like that and then it'll naturally tip. I mean, that might actually work. I had the right idea. Maybe I just need to launch it quicker. That's not the window. Like, I get it part of the way there. It can balance right there, but that's still not going to hit the window. Closer than it was though. I tried to do something clever and that didn't work, but I have an idea. What if I build something like this? Oh, that thing's way bigger than I thought it was. That still might work. We might just need more powerful rock. Oh, that was actually really close. Basically, I need to turn one of these like a little bit. That might be enough to do it. I did not expect that would be anywhere near working. But sometimes you just gotta try stupid things and sometimes that works. Story of my life. Fly through window. All right. That's got to be a superstar video. Rocket girl. Oops. Trash. 6,000 views for putting a rocket out a window? Okay, this challenge is to knock over a portable toilet with a rocket, and I like the sound of that. Basically, I have no idea what we're trying to do necessarily, but apparently that also involves a stool. So I just want to see how this is going to work, because I really don't care for results until I see what I'm actually aiming for. That's beautiful. Okay, so it's in that direction. I wish I knew how to aim stuff. Launch. And it went absolutely nowhere. I'm going to be honest with you at this point. I have no idea how to make this work. I think I might need more parts before this is even going to come close to working. But I guess you never really know until you try. We're just going to send this stool somewhere. Basically, I put a bunch of propulsion onto a stool that may or may not work or go anywhere at all. It's certainly not going to hit what I wanted it to because this is all very heavy. So instead, we're going to do the toy block house. We need to reach 75 meters using a toy block and a roof. And that really shouldn't be that hard because this is basically a rocket naturally. I mean, how could something like this not hit a great height? And you know what? I think it's probably very important to still have one of these on there. All right, let's take a look at what we just created. Yep, that'll work. All we gotta do is get over 75 meters. We have the propulsion to do it, I know that much. Yeah, we had 150 meters with a toy house, and our thing should come back eventually. We also hit 173 kilometers an hour and probably just did a lot of property damage. And we got another rare tag. We're gonna tiny house, lightweight, mega boost. So I'm getting better at rockets, but worse at getting views. Okay, I just unlocked what's called double booster, which is way stronger than the other booster, and it basically uses all the complexity by itself, but it has a thrust of 200. So say we had a tin can on top of that and then a funnel on top of that. Might not be the most stable thing in the world, but it's gonna have some thrust. It's basically made out of like thrust. The rocket just is thrust in no particular direction, so I have no idea what it's gonna do. It did go a long way somewhere though. We hit 216 meters up, even though we went mostly horizontal. So I'm pretty happy with that. The rocket broke apart due to weak structure, but I achieved an epic tag. The Vulcan Skeleton Recycler. That's gotta be a hit. That actually was. That got 87,000 views. Okay, so let's do the fireworks show. I need to ignite fireworks above 60 meters. This is what I've come up with. The one is gonna set off after 3 seconds, this one's gonna set off after 5 seconds, and I just hope they're both above 60 meters. Aerodynamics aren't really gonna be a thing on this one either, but when are they ever? And here we go. So after 3 seconds, one is going to go, then the other one's going to launch a second later. Hey, we did it! First try! Fireworks, cherry explosion. Not a lot of views on this one, people didn't like it. My complexity is getting higher and I did get side fins. So that makes me think I might be able to channel this a little bit straighter now. So I can basically have the rocket be made out of boosters with fins. Then we're going to put a toy house roof on top and add a couple of smaller boosters underneath that just for a little extra. This thing's going to the moon, I can feel it. Is it leaning already? Whatever. Off it goes. That actually flew pretty straight considering we hit 600 meters up, 700 meters up. I did not expect that to work as well as it did. 760 meters and we hit 433 kilometers an hour. Rocket Kit XL Shark Power Boost. That one was also not a hit, but I think I just leveled up to silver. And now we have a new design so I can build in 3D. And that actually gets a lot more complicated because it can show, I presume, aerodynamics. I think I want to try a design just like this. It's nicely balanced. I should get just a little higher. This is the pinnacle of rockets. It falls over right away also. Maybe if I just launch it a little quicker. Where's the launch button? There we go. Just launch it before it falls over. That's the trick. 600, 700, 800, 900. We broke 1,000. I didn't have the challenge on though because I didn't think that was going to work. So let's do pretty much that same thing. Just let me put my challenge back on. Because if I do this too, I get an extra 10 complexity points. So we'll just go ahead and launch right away before it tips too much. That's okay. It's a process to get a rocket into the air. I mean, I don't work for NASA or anything, but after they see this video, I probably will. Expecting that phone to ring any minute now. There's 1,000 meters, 1.1, 1.3 kilometers into the sky. I don't know if we could be following this along. We have zooms and stuff now, I guess, so whatever. Our rocket at 500 kilometers an hour. Oh, we have ridiculous is viral, so ridiculous. Let's go with ridiculous kilometer challenge. I think that's going to work a little better. This is going to be a big hit of a video. I can see 1 million views easy. 132,000. I just forgot a few zeros. But that gave me 700 subs by itself because that was an amazing rocket, and I'm making money now so I can buy stuff. So if my complexity is up to 52 now, and one of these is 26, we can just put 2 boosters together, I think. Does that work? Do you guys go together? I mean, it's kind of hard to get them. I think I can make a grid actually to get them to... So these don't stick together unless you have something like conjoining them. So we're going to have to wait to do this super rocket. And so we'll use one of these and a soccer ball on top. And then also a mannequin like that. Just because basically the challenge is to launch something using this. And sometimes you just have to mess with things to see what happens. That'll probably be fine. Ready and go. Launching. It's not enough to lift the mannequin off the ground. So we'll remove the mannequin and launch it just like that because it's not technically a launch, I think, if we don't actually, launch it. There we go. Soccer ball is being donated to someone in that direction. So we're going to get minimal purist recycler trash. How's that going to do, people? 10,000 views, good enough considering I just launched a rocket for funsies. Not much money on that. Okay, now that I've completed another challenge, I can do 2 of the mega boosters plus a funnel up top. This is another one that's just going to have a lot of thrust. I don't know if it matters at this point. It's just kind of going to accelerate faster. I don't know if it's going to go any higher. I'm not really a rocket guy, believe it or not. No, it looks like it's going somewhere, so that's fine for now. It's at 600, 700, 800 meters. It's not going to go as high, which is troubling, but I have an idea. Oh, I can actually zoom in and see what it's up to. Oh, I see. We get different views from different cameras. Well, we got a rare tag, so I might as well upload the video for some easy money. Walk, skeleton, extra boost. 12,000 views is a few more dollars, but I do have some better rocket pieces now that I can actually build like professional rockets and they even snap together. And those parts are actually pretty cheap. So eventually I'll be able to build something that can even out, but for now we're going to go something like that and then maybe throw another one of these somewhere on there. We move that one up a little bit and this one down a little bit. Yeah, that's probably about even. This one might actually do a loop accidentally. Off we go. Well, it's actually going up into the sky, so we'll see how it's doing on its way up. It's at 300 meters, 400 meters, and it's coming back down. I think the weight imbalance caused it to flip-flop. Now it's thrusting itself towards the ground, or someone's house. Well, this guy does want a rocket that does a loop, so I feel like I already halfway built that. I'm pretty sure if I just kind of take away some of the balance of this, that's got to do a loop eventually, I think. Are you going to loop? You're going that way, you're going that way. Maybe we need like a secondary... Oh, the fins at the back probably keep it too stable. I gotta get rid of those. I don't really know what it means by loop either, so... let's make sure it's actually going to get off the ground. That might tip upon launch, but that might actually work to my advantage. Go ahead and launch. Is that a... Nope, that's just really dangerous. Okay, I need to probably put this down here. That way we don't tip right away. That will rest on the ground and not tip. Much better. Off you go. Please do a loop. It did like a swirl. Still not looping. I don't know how to make it do a loop. Okay, lucky for us, we do also have engines. So if I'm understanding this correctly, this engine will give me thrust. It will be fed by that fuel. As it flies, it's going to be plenty aerodynamic, so let's just see what this does before improving upon it. Because I'm not really sure I'm understanding this correctly. That's a rocket. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, so let's put fuel up there. We're going to put the engine maybe here for a moment. We're going to put a tail down there on the bottom. So I'm thinking if I put 2 engines fed by 2 separate tanks, this rocket should go a long ways. It definitely took a minute to figure out exactly where I could put everything. And even then, it still wants to disconnect, but I think we got pretty much a perfect design. So that's my beautiful design. Let's see if it's actually going to work. It actually looks like a pretty professional rocket, but whether or not it flies like an actual rocket, I don't really know. It tilted a little bit, but it's going somewhere, and I think it's out of fuel already. But it did hit almost 200 meters, which isn't bad. I was hoping to go a little further. Do-it-yourself motor, engine, sprint. 60,000 views though, super smart combo. We made $100. Well, since my complexity is all the way up to 70 now, I feel like we could potentially build something pretty amazing. So I'm thinking something like this to start. It's obviously not very aerodynamic here, but maybe if I add some triangles, we'll get the desired effect. That's probably how that works. So now if we check the flight, I don't know if it's actually better or not with the triangles. It is considerably lighter without the triangles, so let's try it like this. But we have two very big thrusters and what should be a fairly stable rocket. It looks fast. So let's give it a launch and see what this thing's actually capable of. I feel like it turned there a lot more than I wanted it to. I don't know what data is. Oh, we can look at all the data. Sounds confusing to me. Yeah, that definitely didn't go as far as I thought it would. That was only 500 meters. So we've got some work to do. Basically, I'm going to move these down to about here. You'd think that would work against the stability, but I don't know. Now is it going to work? The game did a weird leggy thing there, so that's a good sign. But 400, 500 meters, I still think we're missing out. We added more power, but it's somehow working against us. The only thing I could think of is adding yet another booster because I actually have the room for it. It might fall over, but it should be balanced actually. Yep, it's balanced. Off it goes. It's beautiful. We'll go ahead and zoom in on it, and that's how they got to the moon in the first place. And it flipped upside down again. I think that's because the center of mass is in the wrong spot. But I enjoyed what I created here today. Next time I'll get a bigger booster.